Well, the Daily Mirror headline today read, quote, Mangala asks Sajith to work and show, unquote. Mangala Samaraweera, who returned to the country following an overseas tour, had expressed these sentiments during a media briefing held at the UNP headquarters, Sirikotha, yesterday.
The Daily Mirror reported today that Mangala Samaraweera has commended Sajith Premadasa for joining Ranil Wickremesinghe during the party's 68th anniversary celebration and had hoped that he would stand by his pledge to support Ranil Wickremesinghe to become the next president of the country. Sajith Premadasa, reacting to this statement, says that he will not accept the challenge made by an individual such as Mangala Samaraweera, who destroyed the party, who does not have an understanding of the party's rich history, and who does not identify the aspirations of a majority of the party members. The parliamentarian also notes that Mangala Samaraweera does not accommodate new trends. In a media communique issued by Sajith Premadasa in reaction to the statements made by Mangala Samaraweera during a media briefing, notes that the statements made by Samaraweera are vengeful and do not properly assess the party or the Premadasas. Through the release, Sajith Premadasa recollects the work carried out by the Premadasas for the development of the United National Party. He points out that even though there was a difference of opinion between Gamini Dissanayake and his father, the Premadasa family fully supported and endorsed the late Gamini Dissanayaka's presidential bid in 1994. Sajith Premadasa states that Mangala Samaraweera is an individual who came to the fore to destroy the character of Ranasinghe Premadasa and to destroy the UNP government, which was in power at the time his father passed away. The release further reads that it is Mangala Samaraweera who was responsible for distorting the image of Ranil Wickremesinghe, portraying Ranil Wickremesinghe as Mr. Bean by pasting posters across the country and advertised the slogan Ranil Can't through the media during the 1999 presidential campaign. Sajith Premadasa jogs one's memory about the efforts taken by Mangala Samaraweera to attract several UNPers to government ranks. He notes that it is rather ironic that such an individual now acts as the savior of the United National Party. The release goes on to note that in 2001, Mangala Samaraweera threatened to leave the country unless the president dissolved the UNP government, which was established with much difficulty. The parliamentarian goes on to point out that when the Janabala Mehayuma was initiated in 2005 to demand for a presidential election, it was Mangala Samaraweera who spearheaded a smear campaign to destroy the UNP. Sajith Premadasa notes that Mangala Samaraweera entered the UNP after he was stripped of his cabinet portfolio and was left with nothing. He entered under the promise of assuming the mantle of Deputy Prime Minister when returned to power. The release goes on to state that Mangala Samaraweera did not enter the political campaign in 2008 and 2009 provincial council polls as he was afraid of losing the polls and was reluctant to take responsibility for it. Quote,
The entire country is aware that Mangala Samaraweera became a member of the UNP in order to contest the 2010 general election from a recognized political party and not because of his love for the UNP. Mangala Samaraweera, who entered the UNP as a political refugee, came in second in the district. He was also not even able to increase the UNP voter percentage in the Mathura district during the provincial council polls held in March.
Unquote.